Today we have a very special video. I'm here with my roommate and good friend Zane Anthony. He has recently, please applause, he has recently bought a Scott Contessa Genius 710. He's had it for about 2 months, you'd say. Mm-hmm. And I think we should ask him a few questions about how he feels about his new bike. So, the first thing is, why did you choose the Contessa model? And can you give us a brief rundown on the spec of the bike?
So interesting question. The Contessa model obviously wouldn't be my first choice. It is the Scott's woman-specific version, but for Scott at least, the Contessa model is completely identical to the male version. So the geometry, the sizes, everything's exactly the same. So really, what it came down to was it was a different color, and I could get it for a better deal. So right. I just couldn't pass that up. And for the spec, it's a 150/150 trail bike, GX drivetrain with an X01 derailleur, Shimano XT brakes, Fox transfer dropper post.
Very nice. Quite a bit better than my bike. But what bike did you ride before this?
Before this, I had a Santa Cruz.
Anything else?
It was a Heckler 6, which was produced from 2007 to 2012, roughly, I believe. So it was a 26er. I believe it was
I think it's dead.
Multiple sizes smaller than it should have been for me, but it's sent for the time being.
Alright, what size did you get, and how does it fit you, and do you have any plans of upgrading or changing any of the contact points on the bike?
So I got a size large. I think that it's a very good fit for me, actually. When I first transferred from the 26er to this new bike, I thought it felt absolutely massive, and I would never be able to get control over it or anything, but it actually feels wicked natural now, maybe even a little smaller. It does have 760 bars on it, so I might try to go up to 780s probably. And I don't know, I'll get the feel for it, I guess. The contact points, the grips are a bit narrower for me. I might go up to bigger grips. The saddle being the Contessa model, it's one specific saddle. I don't know if that has anything to do with the discomfort, but it's just not my favorite saddle in the world at the point.
Most stock saddles do not agree with their rider, I feel.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Scott is famous for their TwinLoc system. They put a lot of money and effort into that whole thing. But some people love it, some people hate it. How do you feel about it?
I absolutely love it. I come from a background of doing some more road riding and gravel riding. So I quite like efficiency and climbing abilities. So I love the TwinLoc. I've got a lot of my local trails. I live in upstate New York, so it's quite hilly all over the place. A lot of the trails have fire road type climbs. So the ability just to turn off that suspension and grind through some climbs, I absolutely love it. The only issue that I am finding with it is that with the TwinLoc remote on the bars, it does interfere with my brake lever a bit. So I think that's just experimentation and changing angles and stuff.
So obviously, you've been upgraded to an X01 derailleur, GX shifter, the whole Eagle setup that a lot of people are running nowadays. How do you feel about it? And what size chainring you're running?
So the chainring's a 30 tooth. So
very small, that.
Yeah, quite a bit of RPMs on the climb, so I drop into that big Eagle gear. I absolutely love the drivetrain, obviously being GX and X01, it's very snappy, very responsive. Coming from the 2x9, I thought I would notice a difference in gears, maybe a lack of ratios, but I really don't miss any of them. The only thing that I would note is that with the 2x9, being able to change to the front chainring, I was able to achieve a more drastic change in gears very quickly.
Right.
Whereas on the 1x, obviously you gotta hit the thumb a couple times to achieve the same drop.
Now, obviously this is the 710 model, which means it comes with plus tires, 2.8s, I believe. And do you have any interest in switching to a 29er setup in the future?
I could see myself switching to a 29er setup. I don't know if I would totally commit to a 29er setup. I'd definitely keep both wheel sets. Because I think, well, no. But I think both do have their merits. I'm noticing on a lot of routes and rocks and really gnarly sections that the plus tires do tend to bounce quite a bit. That could just be tire pressure too. I'm still going to go tubeless, so once I drop down the tire pressure, that might mitigate the problem. But yeah, I do think 29ers they definitely are known for plowing through the gnar better. So.
Are there any upgrades that you have planned for the near future while your wallet is still recovering?
No, the bike comes with amazing spec. I don't really see myself changing much. I might add a volume spacer to the rear shock. Might change up the grips, but other than that.
Is it safe to say that there's a little bit different tune on the shock
Yes.
for the women's specific?
Yes. So that is one of the other differences with the Contessa version, is they have a lighter tune for the suspension setup for lighter riders. For me personally, it's not a problem because
We're not exactly.
say I have a lighter
boys.
build. Yeah. So I don't really notice it much on drops and stuff. I am bottoming out quite a bit. Not quite a bit, but I'm just using quite a bit of the suspension very often. So
I mean, we're also going off of 4-foot ledges to flat.
Yeah.
So not really a normal trail chatter, if you will.
yeah, that's pretty fair.
Now, lastly,
Yes.
and most importantly,
Right.
does it sing?
Oh, it sounds.
Oh, beautiful. Now with that, guys, we're going to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.
To the skull.